Rothschilds won't be going under the bridge anytime soon. Rumored trillionaires and said to control 80% of the world's wealth. But the source of their riches is shrouded in mystery and secrets. So today we're diving deep into the family's history and answering the question, how did the Rothschilds become the richest family on earth? The Rothschild family wasn't always in a great, prosperous environment. Their journey began in irrelevance during the Middle Ages when they resided in Frankfurt, Germany's Jewish neighborhood. Their ancestral residence is where the family name originates. Symbols were used above doors instead of numbers to identify residences back then. The House of Rothschild had a crimson shield that read Rothschild in German using the original spelling. The Crown Prince of Hesse employed Mayer Amschel Rothschild, the patriarch of the Rothschild family, in 1769. When the young prince took control in 1785, he assigned Mayer, a court Jew, to handle the kingdom's finances. Even though now such a position would be highly insulting, at that time, it was one of the highest honors a Jew could receive in Catholic-dominated Europe. Every powerful nobleman had a court Jew who was in charge of looking after their finances. The Bible prohibited lending money for financial gain.
Nope.
Even though most aristocracies had the morals of a wild baboon in a bar, they had to maintain their God-obeying persona to preserve their lands and fortune, as well as the esteem of their peers. Many Jews, like the Rothschild family, saw this as a chance to amass massive wealth. Mayer immediately opened a bank and sent his son Nathan to London with the money he made. During the Napoleonic Wars, this benefited Mayer in transferring Wilhelm's riches to London and even provided funding for the British to fight. The other four sons of Mayer established new banks in Paris, Naples, and Vienna following the Napoleonic Wars. They mainly assisted the aristocracy during their financial troubles. In times of war, or when entire countries were on the point of bankruptcy, they provided enormous amounts of capital in exchange for high interest to the states where they possessed financial capital. So it was found out that the Rothschilds were financing and making money off every war fought in Europe during the 19th century. And there was no shortage, believe me. In my honest opinion, supporting both sides of a battle and resulting in destruction and suffering is not morally righteous, but the outcome is obvious. Today, there are as many myths about the immense Rothschild fortune as there are stars in the universe. According to some sources, the richest family has around $500 trillion in the US. However, because it's believed that there are between 1 and 2 quadrillion people around the globe, it's not only difficult to believe, but also practically impossible. Therefore, it is absolutely insane for a family to control 25 to 50% of the world's wealth. The majority of sources place their estimated net worth in the $500 billion to $1 trillion range, which is about 2 to 4 times greater than that of the next richest person, Elon Musk. Though their banks remain the primary source of their wealth, the Rothschild family has diversified into other industries, including mining, transportation, real estate, the arts, and stocks throughout the years. In addition to having a minority stake in the Suez Canal, legend has it that they own 30% of all the world's major banks. The Rothschilds won't be going under the bridge anytime soon. The lifestyle of the Rothschilds is cloaked in secrecy. They're skilled at concealing both their real wealth, which may exceed the total wealth of the whole Southern Hemisphere, and their private lives. Nevertheless, we rarely get to taste the lavish life they lead in private. The Rothschilds, in contrast to many pop stars, don't spend their cash on showy, ostentatious objects with little long-term potential. Almost all of their purchases are made with the sole purpose of eventually making them more money. They are one of the largest benefactors to art museums worldwide and have a sizable art collection. For instance, they gave the British Museum the $40,000 4th century Lycurgus cup, among many other treasures. Approximately 3,500 items of art were removed from the Rothschild estates during the Nazi occupation of France, and Hitler personally visited to choose his favorites. Most of the artifacts were returned after the war, although others are still missing. The Rothschild family owns a sizable amount of gold worldwide. They own interests in gold mines in addition to the priceless metal. However, unlike other rich narco bosses' kids, they don't really have golden vehicles or AK-47s. Instead, they have thousands of gold bars. Jacob Rothschild recently traded huge sums of British pounds and dollars for gold, which so many financial analysts saw as problematic for the Western markets. The Rothschilds have perhaps one of the world's most extensive real estate holdings, with around 8% of Jacob's assets now being in gold. They have holdings that would make any royal family jealous, including mansions, estates, chateaus, and villas from the US to Israel. In Buckinghamshire alone, they have around 13 magnificent manors. Each is well over $10 million in value. Their crown gem, accessible to the general public, is undoubtedly what is Dunmanna. More than 450,000 visitors come to this luxurious house to get a taste of the lifestyle and status of the Rothschild family. The family is thought to own property worldwide valued at 20 to 25 billion US dollars. Recently, the family in Austria sold a property lot the size of Manhattan for an incredible $112 million. Of course, not all luxury purchases count as investments. Nat Rothschild, for instance, spent almost $100 million on a super yacht. With a crew of 26 people and room for 16 passengers, the yacht known as Planet 9 can travel at top speed of 16 knots thanks to 2 Caterpillar engines. The boat also features a helicopter deck for visitors to come and go at their convenience. Nat is the happy owner of a luxury private plane that costs more than $60 million. One of the most expensive aircraft on the market, the Bombardier Global 6000, can carry up to 14 passengers in the lap of luxury. However, Nat's purchases are pale compared to those of his lavish great-granduncle. Walter Rothschild is still among the most thrifty Rothschilds today. He spent a fortune on exotic creatures since he was so passionate about zoology, including zebras, lots of birds, and a gigantic tortoise. 3 zebras were taught by the eccentric billionaire to draw his carriage across London. Walter built the largest specimen collection the world has known. In his later years, he sold his bird collections to the American Museum of Natural History in New York. The remainder of his incredible collection was also given to the Museum of Natural History following his passing. I'm not sure what happened to the zebras. They probably passed away from embarrassment before Walter, but I'm not sure. The Rothschild family is most well known for the conspiracies that they start. Even as early as the 18th century, their enormous riches gave rise to various anti-Semitic myths at the time, including the idea that Jews control the world's currency. The family is connected to the New World Order, the 5-dimensional reptiles that rule the planet, the Illuminati, and countless more illogical beliefs. The Rothschilds are actually just a large family of wealthy folks who attempt to evade the public's attention and wish to remain their lavish lifestyles in secret. Alright, if you were born as a Rothschild, what would you do with your fortunes? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Mr. Exclusive, and we'll see you in the next one.